to 6pm News Report. My name is Zach and I'm here today to interview a very creative group of young men who have come up with a solution to combat one of the biggest issues Australia is facing today, homelessness. I'm here today with Manuel, Lachlan, Jared and Alex, who are the founders of a project they've titled Home is Where the Heart Is. I'll hand over now to Lachlan, who's going to tell us a bit more about it.
Thank you, Zach, for having us on tonight. So our project Home is Where the Heart Is aims to reduce homelessness and improve mental health for homeless people. So we're a facilitating non-for-profit. Our community-based approach will enable people who own tiny houses or caravans to park in designated areas around Sydney and provide housing for the homeless. At these designated areas, there'll be food trucks and music organised, so it'll be quite a vibrant area. The government will provide commission to tiny house owners based on occupancy. We're currently in consultation with the New South Wales government and they've been nothing but supportive so far. The costs to our business are minimal as we're facilitating it. We organise the project, work with governments to facilitate areas for use. So we'll take a small cut of commission earned from homeowners to fund our staff and book in food trucks and any sort of minimal expenses such as that. Short term, the impacts of our project, it'll provide homeless people obviously with a house to stay temporarily and with a sense of community. So research has shown that not having a home isn't the only problem that homeless people are dealing with, and a sense of community can help improve their mental health and outlook on the future. So by working in these pop-up areas at food trucks or as part of the music concerts, homeless people can feel a part of their community even more and feel like they're contributing. There's also good research to suggest that community integration models are very effective at reducing homelessness, as seclusion is a detrimental factor. Long term, we hope this will decrease homeless numbers around the city by leading to home ownership. We also hope it reinvigorates the city. These are vibrant pop-up areas and they'll be almost tourist attractions in their own sense. We also hope that it inspires the government to have more funding into housing projects in the future, maybe large-scale tiny house funding as well. So that's our project.
Manuel, do you mind explaining a little bit more about the issue of homelessness and what inspired you to tackle this issue?
The problem that we are trying to solve here is the issue of homelessness in Australia. Homelessness in Australia is one of the most prevalent issues affecting our communities, and it is our social duty to address this issue and find ways in which we can reduce the high number of homeless cases right now. According to the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, there are currently over 116,000 Australian people who are living without a home tonight, and this number is consistently growing. In fact, the AIHW has since discovered that homelessness in Australia has increased by 13.7% in the last 5 years. Therefore, this is a pressing issue which we desperately need to address, not only by the government, but by people who are willing to and able to help and make a difference. So why do we want to fix this? Well, because homelessness has various negative effects in society. The first reason is a financial move. $1.3 billion were spent last year in homeless schemes. This affects communities as it forces them to pay more taxes. Another reason is that the physical health of individuals experiencing homelessness is affected drastically, leading to a high mortality rate, illness, increased risk of HIV, sleep deprivation, etc. And finally, the higher the number of homeless people, the higher the numbers of substance abuse for the individuals, mental illness, and chances of criminal behaviour.
Obviously, a unique solution such as this, you expect there to be a lot of logistical work. Jared, what kind of process has there been regarding government approval or any other problems associated with the project?
In terms of logistics, as we have plans to refurbish decommissioned buses as a starting point, we are currently in touch with various bus companies such as Busways, Greyhound, and Redbus. Currently, negotiations have been going through smoothly, and we will expect to see at least 2 buses in operation by the end of the next quarter. As for other stuff such as bedding, or maybe clothing, as well as other various necessities, we are currently trying to get in touch with the Red Cross Australian Foundation to see if we could acquire any extra materials that they could offer. Since the Red Cross covers a wide spectrum of various services, we'll be trying to consult them on how we could actually potentially partner with one another. Funding-wise, most of our capital will be sourced through various government grants such as from the Department of Social Services or the Mercy Foundation, as well as some supplemented with some of our own personal investments from the founders themselves. We have plans to hold fundraising programs as well, as it doubles as a way to expand our business while promoting our company. And that is all from the logistics front. Thank you.
Alex, what would you say is your favourite part of the solution?
Hey everyone. So yeah, as you've heard, we are super keen for our project and our organization and just so excited to get started and really address the issue of homelessness in Australia. Now to just touch on one of our favorite parts of the project, which we are very passionate about, is what we're going to be doing is transforming old decommissioned buses into 6-person homeless shelters that will not only provide a roof over lots of people's heads, but also we're going to be running services out of these buses, such as mental health support services for victims of sexual and physical abuse, self-defense classes, and just general support services to really target the issues that lead to homelessness in the first place. Now, these buses and this project is very viable as they're going to be donated, the old buses, from Busways and Redbus, as this is in line with their desire to meet corporate social responsibility. And then actually refurbishing the buses themselves, it is not very expensive, and they're going to be self-functioning with solar panels and fresh rainwater. And yeah, it's just a generally viable project that will see a lot of positive change, and we are just super excited. We have all the floor plans set up. So there's going to be 6 rooms in these buses that homeless people get to utilize, as well as a common area for dining and general recreation. And we just believe that these are going to create really great communities and provide, just a great service in Australia that will help so many people. So yeah, just in general, we're so excited for this organization to take off. And yeah, we just really thank you for having us on the show, and that we're able to bring more exposure to this issue of homelessness, as well as hopefully bring more exposure to our solution. Thank you.
Great, thanks everyone. Sounds like a very exciting solution. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. My name's Zach, and I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on Channel MQ for the 6 p.m. news report.